your employees, people you hire, they can care about your business as much as they possibly can. I think you have a lot of great employees
That's true.
that care about your business as much as they can. But when it's meaningful in the sense of it's yours, like it's your family, it's your business, it makes you want to take those extra steps. It makes you want to work harder for that because it's you on the line at that point. It's not, I could go get another job any day. You know what I mean? Like it's your family. And if somebody talks bad about you or talks bad about Celebrate, like I take that personally.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the difference of having somebody that's family that works for you is you do have that level of like, okay, I kind of own this.
Welcome to Enrich Your Empire with Richie Huffman, the ultimate podcast for entrepreneurship, impactful wealth building, and effective team leadership. It's time to enrich your business and create a lasting legacy. Let's get to work. Hey guys, welcome back to Enrich Your Empire with Richie Huffman. Today I had Lauren Zazzetta, Senior Marketing Director here at HFB, also my niece. We had a great conversation about what it's like to work in a family business, the highs, the lows, and everything in between. Hope you enjoy the show. Hey guys, welcome back to Enrich Your Empire with Richie Huffman. Today I have a special guest, Lauren Zazzetta. Lauren Zazzetta, also formerly known as Lauren Moran. But Lauren's a special guest because Lauren's not only in charge of some of our digital marketing, which we'll get into, but Lauren is my niece. So Lauren, welcome.
Thank you, Richie.
So I guess today we really want to talk about working in a family business, working for your uncle, and having your niece work for you because it goes both ways.
Yeah, absolutely.
And, I'm sure there's a lot of listeners out there that probably have family members in the business. And let's just talk about, because to be honest with you, I've never thought about your perspective of me as your uncle here, because I think I'm pretty good at separating the two.
Yeah, absolutely. I've been here for 12 years. So.
Yeah, and I'm probably practicing on you in lieu of waiting for the other 5, hopefully, to get here.
Yeah.
My children, the oldest ones, and I know they've been on the podcast before. So I think I'll do a pretty good job with that.
Absolutely.
With separating family from the actual job itself.
Yeah, and I think it's not always separating it that's important. It's kind of knowing the time and place for conversations, because I think you and I have had a lot of meaningful conversations that weren't necessarily here at the office, and they've been family setting type things, but it's kind of gauging, okay, when is the best time to have that conversation, and what does that look like, and are both parties open to having that conversation at that particular time?
What do you mean? I think I know what you're talking about, but give me...
I just think you and I, before the gala that we went to a couple weeks ago, we had great conversations there in your family room because we had a couple minutes to kill before we left.
Yeah.
That was a great opportunity for that. But say Christmas or Thanksgiving, it's not necessarily the time or place, and we might joke around about something that's work related, but it's not that time of okay, could we have conversations or answer questions that might be more work tied versus another time.
And maybe a little bit more meaningful.
Yeah.
That really deserve the time and the attention.
Exactly. Yeah.
I love that. Well, let's back up a little bit. So you joined us, you said 12 years ago, and started out as, and I'm until the other day that when they reminded me of how you got here. Explain how'd you get here, that process?
So Dawn told us this story the other night, which I kind of forgot about it too.
I know. She's got a great memory.
So you guys were still at Forest Hill. Our corporate office was still in Forest Hill. I had just wrapped up a job with the Harford County Government Office of Tourism. Gosh, it would have been
12 years ago.
12 years ago. So what?
That's okay. 12 years ago.
Yeah, 2010, 11.
Okay.
So I was looking for something else. I had been teaching lessons at our family's horse farm. Shout out to Cloud Manor. And I was looking to do something, but I didn't know what. And so you being you were like, well, come in and talk to me about what you're interested in and what you like to do and what you want to do. So you and I had a conversation about okay, what were opportunities within Celebrate?
What'd you say?
Honestly, I
Because
don't
that's a
even
great
remember.
question, right?
Right. I think I didn't know, and I think that's what helped me. Like, you've given me a lot of different opportunities to try to figure out, and I think that's what you're doing with your boys too, of like, you can do so much here at Celebree with Huffman Family
Yep.
Brands. Like, there are so many different options. So, like, what are you interested in? And if you don't know, then try some things and figure it
Yeah, we'll
out.
figure it out together.
And even when we were just Celebree and we had 24 locations, you still had that mindset of, well, let's figure it out. Do you like numbers? Absolutely not. I could never work in finance. Are you into talking to people? Yeah, I am. I really like interacting with people, interacting with the customer. So, okay, well, maybe you can help out in the call center. So at the time, I was still teaching writing lessons. And I came to work for you part-time. I always laugh and say I didn't even have like a permanent place at the office. I think you had said like, yeah, you can start on Monday, and it was Labor Day weekend. And so I started on Tuesday, and I had a folding table and a folding chair on the end of somebody else's cubicle. And I worked part-time, and I put books in envelopes and took them to the post office because we were mailing books out to families at the time.
It's all coming back now.
Yeah. And yeah, that's how I
remember
got
whose
started.
desk now.
Yeah. I was right on the end. I was in the hallway. Everybody had to walk past me to be able to get to where they were going to. So
What do you think? I'm just thinking about that. Like, what do you think why do you think I gave you that? Or why do you think I was willing to do that? Like, I'm just thinking, like, what do you think I saw in you that would say, hey, I want to give her a chance? Not that not just because she's my niece, because I would never went down that path if I didn't truly see something.
yeah,
Because that's a door that you probably do not want to open.
right.
Because there are a lot of people out there that say do not mix, family
Family
and
and
business.
business. Yep.
Because if you go down that road and it's the wrong fit, Christmases are tough,
Yeah.
right?
100%.
So what do you
Well, I remember one thing I do remember about you hiring me was you said to me, I will not be afraid to fire you if you don't do your job. And I think you saw in me that I was a hard worker. Like,
yeah,
I worked at the summer camps at the farm. I was always helping out with family. I was even driving your kids places before I worked for Celebree.
yeah,
I did stuff with you guys of like when you had stuff at the Harford County Library, I came and helped out and took pictures and stuff like that. So I think you saw I had work ethic and I wanted to do something. I just didn't know what. And I mean, I'm proud to say that I went to community college. I never went to a 4-year university. So I feel like I've been given an opportunity that a lot of people don't get. And that's the beauty of working with your family is you didn't go to college. I went to community college, but we can still achieve things that most of the time places will be like, well, if you don't have a 4-year degree, we're not looking at you type
Right.
of thing, where I've been able to learn and grow, and you've given me resources to where did I really need that 4-year degree? No, I didn't, because I've had real world experiences and resources given to me.
and the desire and the hunger to want to win.
Absolutely.
We were
Yeah.
somewhere yesterday. We were at Frank's Pizza yesterday, picking up some food, Evan and I, and one of the owners came over and like talked to me for like 40 minutes about his expansion and blah blah blah. And at the end, Evan goes, "That kid asked some really good questions," and he said he's going places. It's funny how you can identify people that without a doubt are going to be successful just in their with your interactions with them, whether it's their personality, the way they make you feel. And I think that was one of the things with you too, because I knew you had a great personality, and I knew people would love you. People love you no matter who's around you in that room, and that was probably the two I was looking for: the work ethic and the personality that I know that anybody would want to work with or work for. And so, even in yesterday, you could easily identify those people because of the way they handle themselves, conduct themselves, and the questions they ask. They're searching for answers.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're not the ones that think they know all the answers. I think they're the ones that are probably going to struggle moving forward. Those that are open and willing.
Well, I think like you said before, people are kind of afraid to work in family businesses and open up those doors. But like you said, you have to take the family piece out of it and look at the person as a person.
Yeah.
And if you think that you would have hired them if they weren't related to you, then they'd probably be somebody that you want working with you.
You think that's hard?
To take the family out of it? I think for some people, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think some people have the emotional aspect of it. And if you take the emotion out of it, then it's easy to make that decision. But a lot of people let emotions dictate their choices. And so I think, yeah, then you could get caught up in, well, she's my wife's niece, like, or she's my niece, like, I should give her a shot. And it's like, well, no, you shouldn't if you don't think that you should. Like,
I'd rephrase that a little bit. It's not that I would. It's not giving you the shot. It's that I would lower the expectations,
yeah,
which is that is the no no.
right.
The no no is lowering the expectations of the position just because of
Yeah.
who you are.
Well, and I think if you're unsure, rely on the people that you've hired outside of family to help be that resource or kind of sounding board. I think if I would have sat down with Lisa at the time, she would have said she would have hired me without knowing. Like, I think that's something that you could definitely do too, is like use your people that you've hired, that you've built that kind of support system within your business to be like, hey, take emotion out of it. You're not related to this person. Would you hire them?
Yeah.
If they say yes, then okay, you trust them for other decisions. So then this would probably be a good decision as well.
So let's finish the rest of the career. So again, this has been a 12-year
Yeah.
journey. Started with sitting on the edge of somebody else's desk and
Yeah.
and you know,
Well, then I got a
stuffing
cubicle.
envelopes. Good.
And I started answering the phones for the call center at the time. My first phone call was someone angry that we were putting yard signs out. I remember that to this day.
I love that.
Yeah. So that was my first phone call. So then I helped
How'd
with,
you
like,
handle that?
I just apologized to him and told him that we will make sure that going forward that we abide by the city regulations. And then I think I came into your office and you're like, we asked for forgiveness instead of permission. I was like, oh, okay.
Permission never works. Everybody says no.
Exactly. So then I did the call center for a while. So I helped with the customer experience. I kind of learned the customer journey inside and out, our CRM system. I transitioned to full time with that. And then I got more involved on like the project management side of things. So when we first started getting the schools accredited, I was helping with uploading documents and collection of documents on that side of things. Kind of did some more project management in the sense of like we were opening schools at the time. So helping order FF&E packages and organizing shipments and things like that. I actually went and helped open Germantown. When we opened Germantown, I was there unboxing, and then I kind of got more.
That was all hands on deck.
It was,
Yeah.
I think I had my own like box cutter that I
Everybody's
walked
hands.
around
Yeah.
with. But yeah, and then I kind of got more into the like, how do we get families and how do they find out about Celebrate, and became interested in that. And I've kind of now grown up through the marketing department. So started as a marketing coordinator, and then I took some classes.
What does that mean?
So I was kind of like the jack of all trades for marketing at the time. So I helped with events. I helped with getting the Facebook pages stood up at the time because the schools didn't have those at the time. I was Squiggle, our old mascot, a handful of times, which was fun. But yeah, so just kind of exploring marketing and figuring out what I liked about that, and then grown from there. So I took some classes at a friend of yours' agency, and then continued to grow into where I'm at now, supporting franchisees.
So let's pause there for a second as far as from a marketing perspective, because as you said, you've done it all from, you know, yard signs to mascots to answering the phones and driving enrollment. What have you? And I know marketing has dramatically changed over the last 12 years. What would you say about marketing?
I'd say one thing has been consistent in my time and in my learnings is the customer experience is the most important thing. Whether it's the way you answer the phone, how they interact with you in the community, what the experience is in the school, as long as you're providing them a great experience, they're going to tell other people, and that's going to help your business continue to grow. It doesn't really matter what happens in the digital scape or what, like we were talking the other day about the yellow pages used to be the thing, and then the yellow pages went away when the internet came around, and then it became ads, and like what's going to happen next. And it's like all of that, yes, you do have to pay attention to that and you do have to invest in that, but the biggest thing that is the consistent piece of this all is what does that family's experience end up being? Because if you answer the phone and you're answering it with a smile and you're actually engaging with them and you are asking questions about them, you're not just trying to check boxes of a checklist of getting through a call, they can feel that. And then they feel it when they come in for a visit, and then they feel it when you're doing the Thanksgiving feast and you're having PCT time, and they even feel it when they're seeing social media. I was just talking to a franchisee this morning about, he said, I did a longer video on social media because I just opened my school And I know that the parents are looking to see their children. And so I wanted to make sure that they could see their children in that video. And then his wife was saying they have new families starting at pretty much every day. And one family, this was their first experience with childcare, and the mom was super nervous. And so she made sure she was there this morning because she knew it was going to be a rough drop off. And the mom said, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe you're here," because she has another job. And she was like, "Well, you were important to me. You and I had that made that original connection, and making sure that your first day was good and that you felt good was
Mhm.
important to me.
Yeah.
So I came here first."
Hmm.
And so it's that type of thing that's going to make people come back and make people refer your business to
Yeah.
other people.
Yeah, I love that, and it's a great reminder of it all comes back to the customer experience and how they're being
100%.
treated. You can market all you want, but
Yeah.
when those families come and enroll or come to buy your product, whatever the service may be, it's all about the experience.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that kind of goes back to, like you were talking about Frank's yesterday. Like, they've done a great job of that. Of
Yeah,
as they've continued to grow, they still remember their customers who helped them get where they are, and they're constantly thanking their customers and doing stuff for their kind of loyal fans. And that is important too. Like, as you scale and you grow, you still have to remember your customers are the most important thing, regardless of how big you get. If they're not having a good experience, it doesn't matter.
yeah,
So I think that that's great that you just kind of always go back to that of, are they having a good experience? Because if they're not, then it doesn't matter. Like you said, it doesn't matter what marketing you do, because at the end of the day, that's all that matters.
yeah. It's so funny you said that because two things, and I know we're hot on Frank's right now, Frank's Pizza, but even last night I was sitting there observing, and Renee, one of the owners, was on the other side of the counter, on the customer side of the counter. So the ladies behind the counter were taking the orders and doing what pizza and sub shops do, but she was on the customer side and creating that
Yeah,
relationship and asking how their night was. And I don't I've never been to a pizza shop that had somebody on the other side of the
right.
counter there it was really personal.
Yeah. But I think that goes back to the family side of things. Of, I think your employees, people you hire, they can care about your business as much as they possibly can. I think you have a lot of great
That's
employees
true.
that care about your business as much as they can. But when it's meaningful in the sense of it's yours, like it's your
Yeah.
family, it's your business, it makes you want to take those extra steps. It makes you want to work harder for that,
Yeah.
because it, it's you on the line at that
Yeah.
point. It's not, yeah, I could go get another job any day. You know what I mean? Like, it's
Yeah.
your family. And if somebody talks bad about you or talks bad about Celebrity, like, I take that personally.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the difference of having somebody that's family that works for you, is you do have that level of like, okay, I kind of own this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's so funny you said that because I was reading something over the weekend, and I've decided to ask. We're having dinner tonight at my house for our district directors and our franchise business consultants, and I'm going to ask them a question tonight. And I think the question tells a lot. And I've asked a couple of people here already the question, and the question is, why are you on this team? And I've decided that in the answer, it's either going to tell me that this is a job or this is a purpose.
Hmm.
Just in asking that question. So far, I asked three people, and I've been really excited about all three of their answers because it was totally about I'm here to create a legacy. I'm here to meaning when I'm retired, that I could look back and say I helped created that.
Hmm.
I've helped create that.
Yeah.
And so that's not a job.
No.
That is a purpose and being a part of a mission, which we have to be. We have to have that mindset in order to grow to the and be the brand that we want to be.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So when
Well,
you just said that, kind of remind me of that. Like, it's not a job.
yeah.
It's a mission.
Yeah.
It's a
Absolutely.
purpose. So, what else do we have? So now tell us what you're doing now.
Sure. So I am the senior director of marketing. So my whole job is to support our franchisees in their marketing. So from the time that they sign their lease all the way through their school being open a year plus. So supporting them with what their marketing plan should look like, making decisions on digital marketing, traditional marketing, and then helping guide them. But I also say a lot of times I'm just there to have conversations with them to help them help make things make sense, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because it can
Think
be
so.
overwhelming. It's like you can't know everything about everything, and that's kind of the support that we provide with our franchisees is like, okay, I can come in and help them understand when they get a digital marketing plan, what it means and why they should be doing what they're doing and why they should be posting on social media, all those type of things.
Mhm.
But then also like listening to them and figuring out kind of where they're at and what they need support on and how their journey's going so far, and then taking that back to the rest of the team because I think that's important information to have too. So
Yep.
I say my job is a lot of relationships and marketing's on the side of that.
And you have a couple people that are now reporting to you.
Yes,
So
I
over,
do.
over the last 12 years or several years, how have you grown in your leadership style or in your leadership?
I think I take a lot from Chris Steer.
Hmm.
So I sit in on those calls that we have every month, and I've learned a lot from you in the sense of you have to have open dialogue with people, and you got to figure out where people are at and what they do really well, and then help them grow within that. So a great example of that is I have a member of my team who came from a very popular restaurant chain that I won't say on here, but she was in that kind of marketing space, but in the sense of the community relationships, events, doing things to promote that business in the community.
Mm-hmm.
And she applied for just a general marketing position here at Celebrate because she was like, I like that, but I want to kind of grow that. So the more we talked to her and we got her in here, we hired her. She was doing great with doing all kinds of things, but she still really had a passion for that community aspect. And so we sat down with her and we were like, our business needs that. We
Yeah.
need to teach people that.
Yeah.
And so how do we teach people that? Well, like we put her in a community connections coordinator role, which is a tongue twister, but her whole job is to support our schools and franchisees on getting out in the community and making impactful relationships that are outside of dropping off flyers or dropping things at people's doors. Like it's actually building relationships with other businesses that can support your business. And she's thriving. So I think it's identifying where people are at and what they're interested in and finding a path for them. But then I also like I challenge my team all the time. Like I've kind of learned that from you too of it's never steady state. Like what can we be doing to get better? How can we continue to challenge each other? I have them challenge me. Our one-on-ones are very interactive in the sense of it's not just telling me what you're doing. It's, okay, what problems are we trying to solve? And what do you have going on that I can support you with or that you can support me with? So I have an open door policy. Sometimes I have to put a note on my door saying I'm on a call. You can't come in here because I have made this
I'm one
like,
of those.
yeah, I've made this like,
And then I just
come
put
in
my
here.
then I just put my nose up against the glass, try to
Yeah,
get your attention, make you laugh.
exactly. Are you on a call?
No.
But yeah, like I tell them anytime you need something, any questions you have, come in and ask me because I've probably experienced it or I can help you get through it. So don't be afraid to come to me with something.
Got it. So would you, I mean, again, this is about family business and
Yeah.
family relationships inside of business. What would you recommend this to others? And what would you say to those that are already in it? How to make it like a really good, healthy relationship, or if it's not, and,
Yeah.
and if it is a good relationship, maybe how could it be better? And there's some
I
lessons
would
here for me.
say, yeah, I would say think about yourself and what your expectations are of it because it's not, and at least for me, it's not easier. I would never say that working for you is easier than working for somewhere else. Honestly, I could probably get another job
Better
and
not
do
be.
significantly less than what I do.
Yeah.
And I don't think I would like that.
Yeah.
Because I do like the challenge and the constant change, but like you need to be ready for that. And you need to be ready for there isn't an off switch. Like you and I don't have an off switch. It is we have conversations about stuff anytime, any place, and you have to be okay with that. But I do think there are like I said, there are some boundaries in the sense of we both know when's a time and place to talk about certain things. But I think you as an employee of a family member have to understand it's not cakewalk. Like, you're not getting a job just to get a job. Like, you're there to perform.
Yeah.
And I think from my side of things, I have had to overcome, and there's been a lot of times where I don't tell people that we're related because I don't want people to look at me differently, because I think external perspective a lot of times is, oh, well, she has it easier because
Yeah.
she's related to him,
Yeah.
or she's not held
Totally.
to the same standards as other people are because she works for her
Right.
family.
Right, I got it.
And it's like, well, no, if anything,
It's higher
it's
standard.
right. It's
Yeah.
higher standards. And when you go
I
home
love
at the
that.
end of the night, you can
Turn off. Not everybody, but
not everybody, but most people, there is like okay, you can turn
Yeah.
off, where I could be at home at night and you need something from me, and you know that you can call me and I'm going to answer the phone.
Yeah.
And it's either going to be, hey, are you coming over for dinner in 2 days? Or, hey, I need you to do X, Y, and Z type
Yeah.
of thing. So I think you just have to
Or let me
know
bounce
that.
something off of you.
Yeah, exactly. I just think you need to understand that going into it. And you have to understand if you're okay with that perspective from other people, because
Yeah.
you have to be ready to kind of be on guard from that of, okay, I need to prove myself, and I need to be ready to come at people if they're like, oh, well, you work with your family. So
Yeah.
that's, and it's like, well, no, I've gotten where I've gotten because I've worked my ass off to get
Yeah.
here. Like, I don't mess around. So
I don't think the more I reflect, I don't think any families have an off switch.
no.
No. Like, I'm
No.
just reflecting, like 90, I don't know, 90% of my conversations with my mom and dad are
Right.
business related.
Yeah.
Almost to the point where, like, and I never thought I'd say this, like, I want to turn the switch off.
Yeah.
Because I want more out of this relationship than just that. And
Yeah.
so I think on the personal side, on my side of the family, it's probably unbalanced. I say that because even being around your grandmother and grandfather, my in-laws, for such a long time, that was the majority of the conversation too,
100%.
about business.
I
right?
think that if you ask Frank's Pizza, I bet the majority of their conversations are about their restaurant. I
Right.
know my stepdad's restaurant, same thing.
Yeah.
Like, it's very rare that when you're in a family business, that you're not talking
Talking
about the business.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think there is no
Yeah, there's
switch.
not.
There's no switch there. There might be a dimmer.
Right.
Might be a dimmer.
Right.
But there's no on off.
And if you're expecting that, then you shouldn't work for your family.
That's
because
true.
you're not going to get that.
That's true.
Yeah.
Okay. So what else you want to talk about?
I know I had mentioned to you earlier that like the philanthropy has been a kind of open door for me as well, that I feel like has been very important now that I've had my son and he's 2.5, and my husband and I are kind of in a place now where we can do some of those things financially. So it's been great to be able to be included in a lot that you guys do with your family foundation and just your family in general. Before I could even really contribute, I was able to be exposed to it. So now that I am, it's kind of more meaningful. I know, like, we went to the Hamburger Gala together.
Yeah.
And we've been doing that a couple of years. And
Yeah.
like, initially when I started going with you guys, like, I couldn't do anything for them in the sense of monetarily.
But you're there.
But I'm there. I'm there
Yeah.
supporting them, learning about their mission. I can
Huge.
share it with other people.
It's huge. I love that.
So it's been so nice to be able to have that piece of it of, yeah, sometimes I was filling seats at tables for you guys, but I got exposed to opportunities of what, filling seats at tables. You know that it's the truth.
Really?
Yes,
Aw,
there's
that's
been
so
many times
sad.
that I've been filling seats at tables.
Aw.
I feel like I've
And you
come
knew
to
it.
multiple events where I knew that I was a seat filler, but that was
Aw.
okay.
Oh, I love that.
I got to dress up, got to have a free meal. It was great.
And learn something.
Exactly.
Love
But
that.
yeah, like, it's gotten me exposed to different organizations and kind of figure out where we want to support now as a family. And we went to the Festival of Trees yesterday.
Yeah,
Shout out
for
to Kenny
Krieger.
Krieger.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which was neat because that's something that you guys do with your family. But now my husband and Nico, we were able to go yesterday and he got to experience that. And so, yeah, it's just been nice to kind of be able to follow you guys down that path of philanthropy that I think a lot of people don't get exposed to that type of thing, so they don't even know where to start. And there's a lot of different things that you can do to support organizations outside of monetary donations. So
What can we do better?
as a family,
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like we do a lot together.
I think you gave me something, which is, listen, if I mean, you're my niece, and you work here, and you're giving me some insight on what we've done for you and your husband and your son. I should expand that. I should expand that to everybody,
Yeah.
right? Like
Yeah.
your mom and
Yeah.
your
Absolutely.
grandmother, and like, I don't know if I ever you've made me rethink that a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, and they're not they're not seat fillers.
Yeah. Well, sometimes.
No, they should not be seat fillers.
But yeah, I mean, I think it's an opportunity to kind of blend family with something that you're passionate about.
Yeah.
And I think especially the organizations that we work with, like, not that all organizations aren't important, but like ours are so tied to children and families.
Yeah.
And we've been blessed with a family that is healthy
Mhm.
and together and kind of been supportive of each other our entire lives.
Yeah.
So to be able to help other families that maybe not having that luck and
Yeah.
that haven't had that experience, be
Yeah.
able to do stuff to support those families, I think. Yeah.
And I don't think, and it was so funny, we're having this conversation. I'm actually having flashbacks from yesterday of going through the lighting of the trees, or the Kennedy Krieger, and I was looking at everybody. It was, Dawn and I, of course, and you and Gino and Gria and all my boys. And I thought this would be really cool for us all to get together and volunteer and serve dinner down to Ronald McDonald House.
Oh, absolutely.
And when I looked around that room, there's not one person that I would think that would say, no, I'm not interested in that.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, I think everybody in that room last night, which was all family, would absolutely embrace
oh yeah,
that. So it's so funny we're having this conversation right
Yeah.
now, because I actually pictured it last night. Like, everybody would love
Mhm.
to do that,
Yeah,
to volunteer. We just don't do it enough, and we could easily spearhead that opportunity here
Yeah.
through HFB.
yeah.
So
We have a lot of open opportunities
Yeah.
to bring the family more into
yeah,
things.
and not only be together, but make an impact as a family, and make
Yeah.
a huge impact on other people.
Yeah.
So, you know what?
Well, take a note on that one.
Yeah,
Take it back.
I got it. I saw it yesterday, and it was just confirmed today. So, so I guess what we've proven is that not only can family members work together, but they can also thrive together.
Yeah.
Not only through the business, but also through philanthropy.
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, I hope this was as enjoyable for you as it was for me, because I definitely got a lot out of it. I
Thank
appreciate
you. I
it.
appreciate you having me on here.
You're welcome. All right, guys. Thank you so much for listening to Enrich Your Empire. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and LinkedIn at Richie Huffman Celebrate. We've got more great episodes lined up for you, so check back with us soon. Until then, stay inspired, stay driven, and keep building your empire.